Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a bunch of DC updates for you today. Before we get into that, I have to thank the new members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much, too. I'm going to say this so wrong, but feel free to correct me in the comments. Michael Serlo Mathilier and Justin Lau, Jim Allen, and Julian Ortega. And now I'm thinking it might be Justin Loff, but yeah, feel free to correct me. But thank you so much for joining the Ping Pong Flix Show. You guys and girls are awesome. We've reached 100 member mark, actually past 100 member mark. So I cannot wait. This weekend, just for members only, I will unveil the winner of this Man of Steel Collector's Edition Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D, and also this Ping Pong Flix shirt, in the style, upside down, the style of the Justice League. Ping Pong Flix only on YouTube. So the winner will be chosen for that and will be unveiled this weekend for the exclusive access member video. All right, now on with the show. The first topic of the day, it's a big rumor, but this is coming from Batwoman Brazil, who is pretty much just covering everything Batwoman from behind the scenes and trailers and TV spots, casting and all that kind of stuff. So if you're really interested in Batwoman, I suggest you follow this Twitter account. Robin Givens may have been cast as Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, in Batwoman. This is according to Canada Graphs. A source close to the set of Batwoman revealed that the series will introduce Selina Kyle, or Catwoman, and actress Robin Givens may have been cast in the role, which would make this actually make sense in an Instagram post that shows Batman and Catwoman. So I think that may be a dead giveaway, that Instagram post and or story, and I think that should be pretty exciting. We're gonna get Catwoman over on the CW. Just yesterday we were talking about how John Diggle Stewart is going to be the Green Lantern for the CW verse, and they're expanding Superman and Lois, things like that. Batwoman may actually have our first reveal of Selina Kyle, Catwoman, for the CW series. Just like we got Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman over in the theatrical, and possible, if Zack Snyder gets to do it, maybe later on in the future, he could have Carla Gugino as Catwoman for SNYDER'S. But in any case, it's a lot of cat love all the way around. And so it's good. I think you should be pretty excited for that. I am indeed. It's pretty cool to see this happen, because there's Batwoman, there's Catwoman. Are we going to get a CW Batman? I mean, he does exist, right? That's why they got a Batwoman. There is a Batman there, right? And I think a while back, there were rumors that they've cast a Bruce Wayne into the Batwoman universe. So maybe that might be likely that Batman, a CW version Batman, will show up. And I think that is cool that we're getting into that multiverse concept now, because we're not, if I'm thinking this is right, how Jim Lee's mind is like, well, we don't need to, halt Flash so that Flash TV could happen. No, we can have it at the same time. We can have different Supermans at the same time. We can have different Batmans at the same time. And so why not? If it's free to use, if they're free to use these characters however they see fit, whether it's on TV, HBO Max, or in the theatrical, then let's get Batman in all of them. Just like how we're getting Superman in all of them. Let's get Batman in all of them, and Green Lantern, and Green Arrow, and whoever, so forth. So yeah, okay, Green Arrow in the movies. Let's do it. But definitely, it is exciting, I think, for the CW fans to see how their universe is. It's not ending. It may seem like it's ending for a certain series, but it's a new beginnings for others, and actually probably going to expand a lot more than ever. So definitely keep an eye out for Batwoman. All right, so now let's get on with some video games. Gotham Knights will be at CCXP Worlds. I think you may have already realized that, but if you need an official confirmation, this came out. CCXP Worlds. Thank you to DC Verso. The game Gotham Knights will have a panel on the CCXP Worlds on December 6th, and this is their. It shows you right there, Batgirl right there. And I'm excited for that. We're definitely going to get a gameplay for that. Doesn't look like there's going to be Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but, I like I said, it's early on development. I only had some, that CG opening scene and things like that. It really, I don't know if they have any gameplay yet. They probably do. But we're going to see a lot more Gotham Knights because that's a lot more streamlined. You've seen a good-sized gameplay at DC Fandom. This is DC Fandom Brazil, pretty much. That's what CCXP is going to be. And so let's get excited for that. But there's going to be more about CCXP as we continue this show. The other game that is also already out, and you may already be playing it, I have it on my phone. It's Injustice 2 Mobile. But apparently Injustice 2 Mobile is teasing possibly Wonder Woman 1984. And you can probably see this judging from the font design, how it's like, whoosh out. That's Wonder Woman 1984, and to coincide with Wonder Woman 1984 that's coming out this month on December 25th, and even earlier for different countries because they're playing in theaters. So it is definitely a Wonder Woman month, and a very Wonder Woman centric month, as the marketing is really hyping it up right now, because it is definitely no more delays. This is it. After over a year, it's finally coming out December this month. So I think we should all get excited about that. And they're going to have that character, that version of Wonder Woman 1984, possibly even the one with the wings, on Injustice 2 Mobile. So if you're anything like me and you want to collect almost every single, I haven't collected everybody, but if you want to be like me, you want to collect almost every single skin and character for your Injustice, every card, right? Every card character, then you may be happy that Wonder Woman 1984 versions are coming out. Even Cheetah, I would imagine probably Cheetah would also be in the game as well. Maybe several versions. You have the Barbara Minerva version and then the full-on Cheetah version as well. So that's pretty exciting in terms of DC gaming. If you already have it, and it's free. I don't know why you wouldn't have it yet if you're avid DC fan, but it's a fun game, and it's fun to collect things, like collecting cards and stuff like that, or even having the physical cards and going to the arcades, which not really much open right now, but it could be. Now the next thing is, in terms of, since we're talking about Wonder Woman 1984, let's get into it, right? Today, Gal Gadot has a message for fans that are getting to see Wonder Woman 1984 that's coming out. This is the message. This is it. Wonder Woman 1984 is finally coming out. So if you have a cinema-safe theater near you, you can get your tickets starting today. I'm so thrilled and excited to share this with you, and I can't wait for you to finally see it. And this is her message. I'm going to play for you right now.
Hey guys, I'm so excited the movie is finally coming out, and to be able to share its beautiful message with you guys, with the world during these crazy times just means a lot to me. I've been waiting to share this movie with you guys for such a long time, and I know the cinemas are doing all they can in order to keep you safe and in order to give you the full movie experience. So if you have a cinema-safe theater around you, tickets are available now. So please go get your tickets, watch this movie, watch Wonder Woman 1984, and enjoy a special cinema night. I can't wait to hear what you think.
That was Gal Gadot with her wonderful message, no pun intended, for Wonder Woman 1984 screenings. Like she said, if you can watch it in theaters, watch it in theaters. But if you want to keep safe, stay at home. It's fine. It's going to come out on HBO Max. It's awesome. It's going to be great. I get to watch it on my giant it's not that giant. Well, it's a pretty big screen TV in the living room and the safety of the comfort of my home while the theaters are still closed. So I think it's an exciting month, and I think we should all get pretty excited for Wonder Woman 1984. And to get even more excited for Wonder Woman 1984, it's been revealed now by Grace Randolph that the Wonder Woman 1984 runtime is out. The running time, drumroll, is 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 31 minutes to be precise. That is a good chunk of a movie. That's awesome, right? 2.5 hours. And like I said, it's not even that long anyway. I mean, think nowadays 3 hours is long, but a good long, right? These movies, like, especially if they're really good, you're sitting there, you're hoping it doesn't end. And I think maybe Wonder Woman 1984 will be that. So it's going to be a good chunk of a movie, 2.5 hours. We ain't seen nothing yet, even though we've seen a lot of TV spots and trailers. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of things in there that are very secretive, a lot of twists and turns maybe, and we haven't seen nothing yet. So it's truly something to get excited about. 2.5 hours of goodness on HBO Max or in theaters if you have it in your hometown. So that would be pretty exciting for that. But also, HBO Max is not available around the world yet, unfortunately. So there are a lot of places where you can watch it in theaters, but there are some places where maybe watching in cinemas could be difficult, and there is no HBO Max available. Well, in the UK, they seem to have solved a certain problem, right? Although the answer should be just get HBO Max available, but Wonder Woman 1984 will have a PVOD, a premium video on demand, in the UK. So according to Variety, Wonder Woman 1984 will play in cinemas in the United Kingdom for 1 month from December 16th before potentially getting a premium video on demand release on Sky. So, as you know, HBO Max is not available, but HBO Max has signed some kind of contract connected with Sky. And so for people in the UK with no HBO Max, they can pay a premium for video on demand release of Wonder Woman 1984 if they can't go and watch it in theaters in the UK. Now, I thought they were in lockdown, but it seems like maybe that might not be the case. I don't know. I'm sure people in the UK will probably have a better answer for that. But if in any case, if you don't have HBO Max and you want to see Wonder Woman 1984, it looks like whatever that network is, Sky, you will be able to watch Wonder Woman 1984 at a premium price. I don't know what it is. I'm going to guess it's probably around $30 and things like that. So we'll have to wait and find out, or, whatever that translates to in pounds. So that is Wonder Woman 1984 coming out this month. I'm very excited for it. But since we're still talking about Wonder Woman 1984, it is one of the things that will probably be at CCXP this weekend. And I think I've talked about this before, but just to remind you, this is now coming from BatmanNews.com. Warner Media is to host a 6-hour panel at CCXP on the schedule for Sunday, December 6th, 6 hours. And let me see if we can find an actual time in here, because I believe is going to unleash a 6-hour presentation at CCXP. The Brazilian convention CCXP is going virtual this year due to the coronavirus pandemic, but that doesn't mean there won't be some fun to be had by all. The convention has released its full schedule, and the most important bit will happen on the final day, Sunday, December 6th. As it stands right now, we know that Warner Media will be hosting a 6-hour presentation starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which also equates to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It does appear there will be presentations on Wonder Woman 1984 and the Suicide Squad. Those have been confirmed. They're assuming they may be the other movies as well. Maybe just a little hint of it. Not sure, but it is coming. It's going to be huge, and I'm still debating on whether to do any streaming of that at all. So I'll have to wait and see about that. But if you wanted to see a trailer, there is a trailer here. DC Verse will put it up, an official one this time around, where you can actually see maybe what's going to happen at the at the CCXP. Of course, there's other movies as well. It's not just DC centric. We're going to have Harry Potter games. Looks like there's Mortal Kombat, but there's going to be Gotham Knights, animated, Batwoman, Tom and Jerry, of course, and other things that HBO shows as well. It's all part of it. Cartoon Network. It's all going to be in that 6 hours. So that's why it's 6 hours. It's not that Warner Media is not just DC, but there's going to be a good chunk of it that's going to be DC in terms of movies right now. Like I said, only confirmed Wonder Woman 1984 and the Suicide Squad, and shows like Batwoman, and we just saw a bit of Flash. There are probably the other CW shows as well, and some animated things as well, and also the DC games. So I'm here crossing my fingers, hoping there's a little bit more, since they mentioned HBO. They didn't say HBO Max per se, but you can't help but think, maybe they mean the same thing. But we'll have to wait and see if we get anything else more. Like, a lot of people are interested in, are they going to show the Snyder Cut, or is there going to be a Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer? I don't know. I am hoping that December will still get a little bit more Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though Zack graciously gave us a few more clips, tidbits within that noir trailer and the full color trailer that came out right after. So hopefully there's a little bit more this month, but maybe we're asking too much from Santa Zack. Could you give us something? But in any case, I think at least we can rely on some of the cast to kind of hype it up, and maybe the wives as well. So Joe Manganiello and wife Sofia Vergara also hyped Deathstroke and Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is a post. Joe Manganiello put this post out. It's a GIF from from one of the Ping Pong Flix members, Sickness. Put a GIF and made a GIF, and he took that GIF and put it out to the world of the Deathstroke picture that he put out, colored, and I don't know if that was the Krypton cage colored, I think it is, and with motion. And Sofia Vergara also retweeted that out as well with the face. So it's cool. I love that, to see her his wife support her husband, and definitely he's hyped for us to finally get to see him as Deathstroke, not in just a taking off the mask and talking scene, but he's probably going to kick a lot of butt in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Get to actually see him wreck, and we're all excited for that, right? And if we don't get the Batman series, the Batman movie with Ben Affleck, I think maybe showing him, maybe they duke it out. I'm just speculating. What if they duke it out? We can get a little hint of what that movie or series could have been or will be, depending. Maybe we can get them excited, get people excited to wanting to have that, and Ben excited once again to be a part of that all over again. So hopefully that will happen. I definitely crossing fingers, optimistic that could still happen, and maybe announcement soon. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see about that. All right, well, that is it for the show. Now we can go on to the members' questions and comments. Excuse me. So like I said, if you want to see your comment or question on the show, please join in the join as a member down below. All right. The first comment right here is from Brandon Hall. I was hoping to see a return of John Diggle, what his role could materialize into within the CW verse. He at times was a highlight of this Arrow series and positioned to potentially be more, although it didn't really come to fruition on that series. The way his character was left open-ended, almost assured we would see him again at some capacity. I agree. And perhaps his new role, if received well, could lead to him spearheading his own series. We will get to see how that fleshes out on Legends of Tomorrow. That aside, David Ramsey himself is getting to expand his range as director of episodes across the different series. I don't recall seeing him having a director's credit previously, but it is great to see his continued involvement and grown within the franchise that has made him recognized over time. Now we get to see his range showcased in other ways. Actually, he has directed before. It was in the article, but I didn't get to read it, but there were other episodes that he has directed. And if he doesn't snag a series of his own, it would be intriguing to see Lantern as part of the League Legends team. It was already implied. Now let's see how they plan to execute it. Can the CW sustain such a character, or will it be a fun experiment? Who knows? All I can say is fascinating. And I think the only way they could show that is to actually have him in there, play the part. Like you said, he's gonna be in all those crossover episodes. I think it's gonna be a crossover episodes. I don't see him why it would just not be together. I'm wondering that it could just, that would be like his origin tale across Flash, Supergirl, Superman, Lois, and all, and so on and so forth, ending up with him actually being Green Lantern in Legends of Tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see about that. I'm going to like that. Eric Blake, Hardboiled Entertainment. Here's the thing about whether JL2 takes place 5 years after JL1. Recalling my Vero theory, which Zack responded to with applause, and Dave noted that Zack was confirming, Lois gets pregnant when she and Clark go to the Kent farmhouse after Clark's resurrection. She's then to be pregnant with the future Bruce Kent in JL2. Now JL2 was supposed to have come out in early 2019 after Aquaman and Flash and Netflix Batman versus Deathstroke, both of which Zack's Justice League 1 set up, and most JL2 will have to take place just months after JL1. So Lois is still pregnant, enough time for Aquaman, Flash, and Batflix film to take place in between, though. So yeah, definitely, not sure what Zack plans on now, what's his original vision, as has kind of been altered in a way, but it's going to be Zack's plan and Zack's vision, and so whatever that may be, we'll have to wait and see about that. So that's all I can say about that, really. Zach P. Between Linda Carter and Michael Keaton returning for The Flash, what other DC portrayals would you like to see from other timelines? Or what new characters would you like to see make their first hinted appearance? You know what? Since we're going to get the older versions, of Batman and Wonder Woman, and like I said before, Superman's very important to me. I would definitely like to see either Brandon Routh be the Christopher Reeve version, or if it's okay with the Reeve family, that they could potentially have, like Tarkin in Rogue One, have a CG Christopher Reeve, right? That would be cool as well, just to see that version of him. But if I were to think about other characters from other timelines, there's Keanu Reeves as Constantine, but also the Flash. Yeah, we get to see probably going to get to see Grant Gustin Flash. I'm just speculating, because Ezra Miller went on his show. Might as well have him show up on Ezra Miller's movie, just to be part of that. But maybe take it a step further. How about John Wesley Shipp in the original Flash outfit? Not Jay Garrick, but the actual Barry Allen Flash. I don't think he was Barry Allen. Well, the actual Flash outfit from before, that muscled version of him. So that would be kind of cool, because around that time we were all thinking they could all join together. So that would be pretty nuts. And anybody else would be kind of cool. But at the same time, I don't know if we're gonna want it to be that big, or just resulting in just cameos and things like that. And sometimes when you have too many characters or spend too much time on certain characters, you kind of lose sight of the actual story that's taking place. So I think they'll probably be mindful of that. And also, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's another one. Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman. That would be kind of cool. Thomas Wayne Batman. ASB Jones, getting a 70-inch big screen for ZSJL, Zack's Justice League. Maybe I'll let it play Wonder Woman 1884. Please do. Please do. That's what it's used for, to watch awesome, big cinematic movies. People are presuming Michael Keaton will be the main Batman in Flash, but what if Barry meets Diana on the journey, and it's her who is Barry's mentor? That's probably true. That's true. That could happen as well. And definitely that is something that could be also exciting as well. They even hinted that maybe, Princess Diana, will actually, Diana Prince rather, will actually show up as well. So that could be quite something. And and I wouldn't mind that at all. But I think a lot of people were thinking that Michael Keaton will be his mentor, as it was read in an article. But you're right, things could change. They could have just had that one concept art, but that doesn't necessarily mean he is the main Batman. It could be Flash just entered that universe in one of many multiverses, and so you're right, that could definitely happen as well. Lee Fusion Robinson is so very deeply sad that Christopher D'Olier Reeve, I didn't know that was his middle name, Christopher Reeve cannot return to reprise his role. That would have been pure epic love right there. But hey, as the man said, once you choose hope, anything's possible. And you know, it's just someone down there, Jennifer Marwin, said that he has two sons indeed. So yeah, I think I think it'll be still kind of cool to have them in there in some sense. Maybe use old footage. You know how you use old footage and put in, like Forrest Gump, they had old footage and put Tom Hanks within that old footage. Maybe they can do something like that in order to include him in some fashion or some way. But if not, that's fine. But if they're able to, I think there are many ways in Hollywood that could definitely happen. Brandon Hayes. Hi, what I mean by Zack needing to shift some story elements around for a second and third Justice League arc is that originally after Justice League 1, all the Justice Leaguers were supposed to get their own solo adventures and then reunite for Justice League Part 2. And so JL2 originally would have needed to acknowledge those solo adventures. That's not the case now. All that got thrown out the window and we got what we got. And like you said, what will happen is just 5 to 6 years gap in between Snyder Cut and JL Part 2. Of course, let's say Snyder Cut is a hit and AT&T Warner want Ben to do more Batman, and he agrees. Should that Batman versus Deathstroke story occur in the theorized 5-year gap? If that happens, and since the Flash movie is not on HBO Max thing, but it's a theater release, I guess that movie will be alternate continuity as well. Because from what I understand, a Flashpoint storyline involves time travel and alternate universe jumping in the Speed Force. Does the premise, the Flash, tie into the cosmic wheel thing that Zack talked about on this discussion panel? So if AT&T truly has synergistic relationship with Snyder, they should approach him and try to map it all out, and that makes sense to the casual viewer. Because I consider myself a semi-comic book movie geek, and even I'm a little confused, but only a little. Whatever happens, all this will take place multiple years of production to unfold. It will be into 2025 by the time it all being finished. But either way, I'm glad that you at least agree. At least you agree that James Wan's horrid and embarrassing Aquaman film, The Birds of Prey, and Shazam movie are not connected to Zack Snyder's verse timeline 5-part arc. I'm more inclined to believe you since you've actually had conversations with Zack and met him. You and Zack both agree that those 3 movies are separate continuity. Unfortunately, there are some Birds of Prey Aquaman solo film lovers who think these movies are best ever on the box office, who keep trolling me and arguing with me in comments claiming that it's connected to what Zack is now rebuilding with his Snyder Cut Snyderverse. For me, I view those 3 films as connected to that embarrassing Justice League movie, which all can agree is universally the worst thing ever. When Justice League was put out, I bet Chris Nolan was like, you see, this is why I don't make these comic book movies anymore. Those studio execs are morons who abuse and embarrass the actors and force directors to make crap to sell toys and merch for children. Well, you never really said it that way, so you can't really put quotes on that. But essentially, it's not the way he likes it. So, all right, my camera just died, so you'll probably see a flip there. But just going back to what you are talking about here, I want to reiterate that Zack said to me and in the interview and in multiple interviews that what he only cares about, not that he doesn't care about you, but he has to only care about the films that he makes, the projects that he makes. And in this case, this is not 2016 anymore. This is not 2017 anymore, right? It doesn't matter. He's completely in his own mind, in himself, removed from whatever they're doing for the theatrical, right? It's different now, right? It's different. Like he is only concentrating on that one continuity, Man of Steel, BVS, and the Justice League arc. That's it. I think this is going to be the last time I'm going to say this, because I've said this multiple times to reiterate that Zack himself is not trying to build the universe like how he was building it back in 2016. The only thing that matters to him right now is his vision of Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League. Everything else, he's not trying to connect to. If those other projects are trying to connect to his own, then it's not him orchestrating that. They may be doing that, and that's up to them. But for himself, it's just Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League arc. That's it. Not the Flash, not the like he said in Grace Randolph's interview that Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they could still branch off from the Justice League that you got in theaters. They're going in different directions now, and in directions that he is not in control of. The only thing he has in control of, I said, Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League. That's it. That is it. And like I said, if you don't like any of those movies, don't watch them. Don't even argue about it. Just concentrate on what you like, and that's for you. That's it. So, but anyway, thank you so much for your comment. And yes, definitely you do enjoy Zack Snyder's Snyderverse, and so you do have that. You do have that on HBO Max. So continue supporting that. Continue watching that. Feel free to ignore the other stuff. I love Aquaman. I enjoy Birds of Prey. I probably don't love Birds of Prey. I do enjoy Shazam more than Birds of Prey. So I do enjoy the other stuff as well. But feel free to ignore anything that you don't like and support the things that you love. David Feldman, Ezra Miller is an amazing Flash. People make fun of his running, but they don't know Zack Brown and professional runners should show how it's done. The detail and respect that goes into the movie and characters is amazing. Yeah, so some of the running and the ways movements, I think, and this is, I'm not sure. I talked to Garza about this, that some of that aspects of that running were probably misused when Joss Whedon applied it. So that swimming was probably because he's going through a speed force and he's swimming through the speed force. But they have their own takes, and I think I have no problems with it whatsoever. I don't know why people have problems with it. The Rebel Prince, the Diggle stuff sounds like it could potentially be a Diggle-centric crossover. It could be we see different steps of his journey to become Green Arrow across the 5 episodes, and he's the only character that will appear overall all 5, so shows don't have to worry about moving their entire cast over to another. Yeah, I think that's you got something there. I think I just alluded to that right at the beginning. That could be what that's happening. It's like the steps through the different episodes as he gets to that what you want to say Green Lantern, not Green Arrow, but to become Green Lantern and possibly in his own series. I could totally see that happening, especially because we don't have a Jon Stewart in the other Greg Berlanti HBO Max Green Lantern series. So where are they going to plop him? He's either in the movies or he could possibly be on the CW universe. So, especially if it's a Greg Berlanti production as well. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But and definitely, it's a lot of exciting things for DC fans, for you and me, for all of us to enjoy. So I forgot to flash it out, but that was the Ping Pong Flix members' questions and comments. So thank you for turning those in. All right, that is it. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of DC content in movies, shows, and video games, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, grab a t-shirt down in Teespring down below, and I'll see you next time.